Good morning. Happy Saturday morning to everyone. Well, actually, I shouldn't say happy. There's nothing happy about what happened last night. That sucked. I guess it's nice that I was just on the wrong side on a few of those games because getting your heart broken with some bad beats sucks, and that's not what happened. I mean, with the Mets and Cleveland, just flat out the wrong side to be on. Man, I can't. It's like cutting a bit of my couch into the side of the screen. I don't know how to get rid of that. One sec. All right, there we go. Actually, now my mic can't get to me. There we go. That's better. Sorry about that. Yeah, last night sucked. Specifically, Cleveland and the Mets. At least the Rangers got a win. Remember, if you watched yesterday, I said I got 2 top bets and 2 almost top bets. Those 4 went 1 and 3. The Rangers are the only one that won, so disgusting.
It happens.
Yeah.
That's Major League Baseball right there. Yeah, for
sure. All right, but we're moving on to today. There is 15 games. I hate the time. Because they all don't start till 4, which I actually like. I shouldn't say hate. I like that. But as far as putting out content, it kind of sucks because I would rather do the live at like 1, 2 p.m. Unfortunately, I have to go to my cousin's wedding this afternoon. So she's selfish as hell, getting married, inviting everybody. If any of my family are watching this, I'm joking. I'll see you in a few hours.
Who gets married on a Saturday? Seriously. In the middle of the baseball season.
Like, have they looked at the slate? Anyway, get my couch out of the screen. What the fuck? All right, so first up is Cubs at Cardinals. And this game's in London. You know what? Because I don't know what the hell. I'm going to start a quick poll. Cubs money line, Cardinals money line. Let's see what people think because I don't even have a lean. Everyone's on the Cubs, so it makes me want to bet the Cardinals. But, like, I don't know if I can bet the Cardinals against a lefty. Even though they did hit up the last lefty they faced. I think it was Mackenzie Gore. And we were like, or at least I was like, I'm taking Washington because the Cardinals can't hit lefties. And then they ended up hitting lefties.
Yeah, I'm on the over. I know that. Over 13.5. This is essentially like the same thing as Mexico. The last time we saw games here, there was a crap ton of runs in the first few innings. Both games ended up flying over.
Why is that, though? Because it's not the elevation we looked.
No, it's just a small ballpark. I understand that they moved the center field wall back 7 feet. Like, I really don't care. Like, it's just one of those things where I don't think either team is going. It's not an exhibition because they count. But they're kind of played like that. There's nothing, they're kind of free. We saw it in Mexico. Every time that these games get out of America, runs get put on the board. They're trying to sell the product. That's what we want to see. So I think it would be a disaster if they went over there and played a 2-1 game today, for Major League Baseball. So, there's a reason it's at 13.5. I understand that it opened at 14.5. There's a lot of people just like in Mexico that are just playing the under just because of that high number. Oh, out of principle, I'm going to play this under. I think Mexico opened at 16. So, yeah, it's an over for me. I do have a hit parlay too. Like DraftKings isn't even allowing hit. That's another thing that just pushed me over the edge on this. DraftKings won't even do same game parlays with hitters and homers and stuff like that because they got so burned in that Mexico game. So you have to use a website like FanDuel or whatever. So, Talkman, Happ, Walker, Arenado, all to get a hit plus 160 or something like that. Yeah, no. And if you want to do like home runs and stuff, it's the same type of thing. Like it's one of those things. It's kind of like a crapshoot, but there should be runs today.
Yeah. I don't. I don't even want to touch it. With the total at 13.5, 14, it's just weird. Let's just skip to the next one. Mariners at Seattle at Baltimore. I'm sure Toast is going to take Seattle again.
Damn right. Not even a question.
Orioles money line minus 115. I'm going back to Baltimore, and I know it looks like their bats. That little burst was a mirage, but if you want to talk about mirage as far as bats, look no further than the Seattle Mariners. Congrats. They scored like 23 runs in the last 2 games. We saw them do this last week, and then they did nothing for a week straight after that. Dean Kramer in his last 4 home starts has been excellent. Let me find him. I have the numbers. Okay, so in Dean Kramer's last 4 home starts, he's got an ERA at 3 even and a 2.73 FIP. Excellent numbers. Want to know who he pitched against in those 4 games? Angels, Rangers, Blue Jays, Rays. 4 of the most dangerous lineups in baseball all came to Baltimore to try to hit off Dean Kramer in his last 4 home starts, and none of them really hit him. So, of course, I don't expect Seattle to hit him. Not even the biggest Dean Kramer guy, just like the spot for him. I also like how a lot of Seattle action was coming in this morning. The public's pretty split even on this one. This is, it's not one way or the other, but some Seattle action came in this morning, and the line still moved 7 or 8 cents towards Baltimore. I like that. Giving Baltimore one last shot here. Bryce Miller also, and I kind of like Bryce Miller, but his last 2 road starts were dreadful. Granted, they were at Texas and at Atlanta, so I mean, a lot of pitchers are going to get rocked going into those 2 ballparks. But yeah, I'm willing to take one more shot on Baltimore. I would assume, you know what? I like these polls. I'm going to see what everyone else is on. So everyone was on that Cubs in the first one. I should use these polls thing more often. Does the polls mess up? Like, does it take over the screen? What does it even look like? It doesn't ruin the broadcast, does it?
No, it shouldn't. It should just, it's like a little.
Well, I've never seen one, so I don't know how they show up for people.
Well, I think it should come off on the live chat. So if you don't want to see the polls in the chat, you can just take that off and just watch the thing.
Okay.
Usually how it works. I saw a little bit different money this morning. The websites that I check have 61% of the bets and 74% of the money on Baltimore. That just solidified things for me. I would actually trust Sauce's number, it's a little bit more split. Not only does he read those lines way better than I do, he has a lot more into that as far as all of his backdoor channels and stuff that all go to that, whatever you call that. Regardless,
I got the plug.
I don't know how you fade Seattle here. Understand how good Dean Kramer has been for them. Not really a bet against them as far as this is more of a continue to bet on Seattle. Understand they lost a couple tough games in New York, but I still think that they were in those games in the Yankee Stadium. And here they come. Another 13 runs last night. Bryce Miller, Sauce just touched on it. Yeah, he's had 3 road starts this year. 2 of them were good. 1 of them was bad. I think that if you're a rookie starting pitcher in this league and you go to the big, bad Atlanta Braves and you go into Atlanta and pitch 6 1/3, give up 4 hits and 3 runs with a 56 game score, that's a hell of an outing for a kid. So I don't think he's going to be worried about going to Baltimore. Seattle didn't use any of their arms last night because we throttled them last night. It was really easy for me at this number. Seattle all the way.
So, all right, disagreement here. And according to the poll, just ended it, 56% of our viewers said Baltimore, 43% said Mariners. So our public at least, slightly leaning Baltimore. But you know what? I wonder what the poll would have said if I didn't say Baltimore, because the channel's name is Kyle Kirms. I'm sure a lot of people are just picking what I was saying. Arizona at San Francisco. Pie chart is missing from the bottom because this line took forever to open. Yeah. It opened at a pick'em. I think as it looks like now, I think the Arizona's going to be the public side, but I don't care. I'm taking the Diamondbacks here, coming off that loss. What is it, minus 115 or whatever it's at? I'm taking it. It opened as a pick'em, and I think it moved a few cents towards the D-backs. As I briefly mentioned last night, Merrill Kelly pitches really well against the Giants. He did get rocked in his last start, and that was in last September, so at the very end of last season. But his 6 starts before that against the Giants, 7 innings, 2 runs, 7 innings, no runs, 8 innings, no runs, 7 innings, 2 runs, 6 1/3 innings, 2 runs, 5 innings, no runs. So, yeah, he got rocked in September, but before that, he has owned the Giants at 6 straight starts. He always pitches well against this team, and I like the Diamondbacks team, and I think they're undervalued. I just hated the spot for them last night with all that travel. I like them here, though. I'm definitely riding with the D-backs.
Yeah, I'm so happy that if I would have had a crystal ball and somebody told me, Toasty, Arizona scores 5 tonight. How much do you want to bet on this game? I wouldn't be here. My wife would kill me because I'd be broke today because I would have bet the house on Arizona last night at them scoring 5. San Francisco's very, very good. Obviously, I'm on Arizona as well. I don't like that it's going to be probably so public. From what I saw, money's definitely coming in on the Arizona side. There's no question about that. Over 70% of bets in action, but really hard to fade them with Merrill Kelly here today. So I want to see what this line does in the next hour or two or next couple hours, but I won't be betting San Francisco. I'm just going to try to figure out a better way to get to Arizona.
Oh, wow. Did it move? I think it was only at minus. Let me see if it moved more since I looked. Yeah, minus 115 still. So we're still chilling. But I mean, it just opened a few hours ago, so I forgot to do a poll for that one.
Actually, I'm sorry. Now that I didn't check the bullpens. Now that I saw that DeVille and Rogers are going to go, it's probably an Arizona bet for me, even if it's public, because now neither one of those two guys are going to work. There's no way.
It's not Ryan Walker?
No, it is. I'm saying that Duvall and Rogers both worked.
Oh, right.
So they're not going to have their top 2 guys available tonight because they've been worked a lot. So
yeah.
For
sure.
It's snakes or pass, no question here.
Yeah, definitely Arizona. Mets at Phillies. Let's run a poll. See, all you scrubs can take Philly. Mets money line, Phillies money line. Poll started. Okay. I'm definitely on the Mets. I'm even down to lay the minus 135 juice. Max Scherzer, great history against the Phillies. And it's Scherzer, not Carrasco. The stupid ass websites. Half of them had Carrasco last night. Half of them had Max Scherzer. Looks like it's got to be Scherzer. Like I said, Max Scherzer has great career numbers against the Phillies. Christopher Sanchez has pitched well to start the season. Oh, actually, no. He pitched 4 great innings in his last start. That was on the road in Oakland. Before that, in his first start, he got rocked at home by the Rockies. Christopher Sanchez, hold on one second. Let me just make sure what I just said was correct. I'm pretty sure it is.
You're right. You're good.
All right. Christopher Sanchez is a lefty too. The Mets have been weirdly effective against lefties. That's not their MO. But the last month or two, they have been hitting lefties a little bit. So I expect the Mets to hit this dude, and I expect Scherzer to be formidable. Minus 135 seems like a great price for Scherzer against Christopher Sanchez.
Love the price. The only thing I can add to Kimbrel, Alvarado, and Soto, all most likely going to be unavailable. All 3 have worked back-to-back nights. So that's even more reason to bet the New York Metropolitans here today.
Yeah, Mets it is. And the poll is 53% Mets, 47% Phillies. So a lot of people like the Phillies out there. A lot of scrubs in the comments.
A lot of scumbags.
A lot of dirtbags in the comments. Rangers at Yankees. This line has moved in. This line opened up as a pick'em. I think it's Texas minus 138 now. Don't care. Still going to lay the juice with the Rangers. When I saw everyone's on Texas, one of the most public plays on the board. But there's no way I can get. I think when it opened up as a pick'em, I was like, this is so mispriced, and obviously
Texas is public a lot, and they win a lot.
Yeah, and to be public against the Yankees, that's like saying something because there's always the Yankees tax involved. But yeah, Texas. I put minus 138. Let's see what it is. Wow, it's up to you can still get it at minus 137, minus 138, minus 140. So yeah, the odds makers look like they may have made a mistake here opening this up as a pick'em, but I like Texas, and the reason is pretty simple. John Gray's last 7 starts, he got rocked against Toronto in his last one. The 6 before that were excellent. He was on a warpath. Yeah, he did pitch against some easy competition. Cardinals, Mariners twice. Baltimore when they were slumping, the Rockies, Oakland, for sure. John Gray had some easy competition during that hot streak he was on. But you know what he's pitching up against tonight or today? Easy competition. It's the Yankees, man. I mean, without Aaron Judge, we've covered this 1,000 times. Without Aaron Judge, this lineup's one of the worst in baseball. On the last 14 days, 27th in OPS, 28th in WRC+. So even though, personally, I think John Gray might be a bit overvalued, I don't think there's any reason to expect him to get hit up today by this Yankees lineup. And then Severino's going to have to show me something before I go ahead and back him because his last 4 starts have been absolutely dreadful. 9.16 ERA, 2.04 WHIP, 7.99 FIP. He's got a 7.99 FIP in his last 4 starts. That's terrible. Now, I do think things are going to turn around for Severino at some point because 3 of his last 4 starts were on the road at Citi Field, at Dodger Stadium, at Fenway. Not the easiest places to pitch, so he's had a bit of bad luck as far as his recent scheduling. But at home against the Rangers isn't the spot where it's getting easier. This is the Rangers, one of the best lineups in baseball. I'm surprised that last night's game went to extras. I can see the Rangers sweeping this series. So yeah, I'm on Texas.
Yeah, I'm so happy I didn't. I leaned Texas, but I really wanted to bet the Yankees last night. I just couldn't do it without the excuse me. Without Judge. 2 plays, same type of thing. Texas first 5 team total over 2.5 at plus 100. Texas team total over 4.5 at minus 125. Played them both. Just want to watch these guys just blast Severino. Sauce talked about it, and I couldn't agree anymore. I don't think this is a Severino we're going to continue to see. He's got way too much talent. I actually think that he might be a guy traded if the Yankees make a big deal. There's a lot of internal bickering between these two camps forever since he's been a Yankee, but that's beside the point. But like he said, Sauce said, he's just been terrible. And against this Rangers lineup where they have 9 guys with WRC pluses over 115, with league average being 100 against right-handed pitching, they absolutely smash them. So I don't want to deal about who's winning and losing because I still worry about that Texas bullpen. I mean, even any time that your closer's Will Smith, I would be worried personally. So not about this game specifically. I'm just saying in general. But yeah, Texas, both team totals over for me.
All right. I forgot to do the poll again. I'm going to make that a thing. We should do polls every time we start talking about a game. That's cool. Oakland at Toronto. I mean, I don't have any intention of talking about this game very long, so no use for a poll. I would say Oakland or pass, but heavy lean on the pass. Sure. I mean, Oakland hit Bassett last night in Toronto, which is like Bassett's been so good at home this year. So for Oakland to hit them, it's kind of like take all the notes you had on your desk and just shove them to the floor because who's to say they don't hit Barrios next? I don't know. This Oakland team doesn't make sense. I wouldn't bet Toronto at this huge minus 275 number, but I'm also probably not going to bet Oakland either. I'd say Oakland or pass just because of the price.
Yeah, so I bet this last night. I bet Toronto minus 1.5 at minus 115 last night. It's up to like 140 on all those books. I would not recommend that to anybody. If you can get it in the minus 120 range, cool. But had I bet it, I mean, I'm good with it at that number, but at 140 or whatever, I don't like it. They got embarrassed yesterday. Man, again, I know I pushed another Oakland first 5 with a huge plus price. Oakland is like the one team this year that I would agree with somebody to take a half a run in the first 5 or plus 1.5. I think they're like 13 and 15, or 13 out of their last 15 have been 1-1 games or something crazy like that. But yeah, I just think that the Jays got embarrassed yesterday. Barrios has been very good. I think the A's had a little bit of extra to stick it to Chris Bassett yesterday. Regardless, I think Toronto comes out and slaps them silly today.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that happens.
Not that at Toronto at minus 325, I'm telling you need something that you probably don't already.
Exactly. Okay, so Red Sox at White Sox. I very rarely do this, but this is one that I've switched sides from last night. I'm gonna bet the White Sox, and I very rarely do this. So if you're new to the channel and you're like, what the hell? He said Boston last night. Very rarely does this happen. But I think the value's on the White Sox here at minus 108 or whatever it is. The line movement is terrible for Boston. First of all, everyone's betting Boston here. If you check this out, everyone is betting Boston, but this line is moving the other way. It's moved 15 cents towards the White Sox in the last few hours. That's terrifying, but it's not just that. I'm not the biggest believer in James Paxton. I know that he's had 4 solid starts in a row. Actually, 3 of them were really good. 3 of them were excellent. Had a couple easy scheduling situations there. A home start against the Rockies if you're a lefty is golden. Also, Twins haven't been hitting lefties at all. Well, with the exception of Joey Wentz last night. So he had the Twins start in there. Again, I'm not trying to discredit James Paxton at all. This isn't like, it's not like some rookie. He's 34 years old. We know what James Paxton is, and we know eventually he'll regress back to James Paxton. I'm not saying he's terrible, but on the road in Chicago for a lefty isn't the easiest spot. I know the White Sox in the last 14 days don't have the craziest numbers against lefties. In fact, 22nd in OPS, 22nd in WRC+. But I still believe this White Sox lineup will start hitting lefties at some point. We saw what they did last year. They were one of the most dangerous lineups in baseball against lefties last year. Again, I know last year's stats don't really mean anything this year. It's just with everyone betting the Red Sox and the line moving the wrong way, I'm down to take a shot with the. Oh, and also the Red Sox bats. What have we seen from the Red Sox this year? Right, they've been the biggest roller coaster team ever. They're either the hottest lineup in baseball, and you have to bet them, or they're the coldest lineup in baseball and just blindly fade them. We just saw them get hot again. They won a lot of games. But you know what? In the last 3 games, they've scored like 7 total runs. This might be Boston's bats getting cold again. So I'll take the White Sox.
Yeah, I'm on the White Sox as well. That line movement when I woke up this morning was just terrifying not to do it. And I actually don't mind it. I do think that James Paxton is probably, 3 to 4 runs every time he starts. I think that you can really probably suspect that from him. But for me, it's more and more about Lance Lynn. And I say a lot of bad things about him. I've grown to really like him over time. I got to meet him this summer. He's shoved against Boston. Every time he's pitched against Boston at home in his career, he's shoved against them. I think he gets up for it tonight. He's the type of pitcher that's like an emotional guy. So I can see him coming off a 16 strikeout loss to have a little bit more in the tank here today. But yeah, with the world betting Boston here, that line like that kind of made a decision for me. So I'll be betting the White Sox as well.
Yeah, I forgot the poll. I'm sorry. That's new. I've never done that before, but it's awesome. I can't wait to do that on like NFL Sunday morning show when there's like thousands of people in here. Those polls are going to be nuts. But I mean, the baseball show, last night's show had 848 people, and I'm still amazed by that. Next up, Atlanta at Cincinnati. Let's run the poll and see all you scrubs.
Yeah, let's run the poll.
Let's run the poll and see all you scrubs run to the Reds.
Make sure you leave those comments because like last night during that game, checking all the comments was like my favorite.
Yeah,
thing.
that group chat is funny.
Coach is unprofessional. He's horrible. He's terrible. Oh.
De La Cruz is a bust.
Braves -3.5. He's terrible.
All right. So you guys are all welcome to go bet Graham Ashcraft. I welcome you to. Seriously, have fun with that.
We will.
Give me Braves -1.5.
You don't want like 2.5, 3.5?
No, 1.5. Oh, you know what?
Right.
I actually switched my bet up here. It's Atlanta money line, Twins money line parlay, and that is at +184. What? +184.
Looks good for a loser.
+184. So why will the Braves win? Because Graham Ashcraft is pitching. And in case you're unfamiliar with how this dude was pitching before he got hurt, he was the worst starting pitcher in baseball. And no, I'm not making a joke. I'm not trying to be funny. He was the worst starting pitcher in baseball. His last 7 starts, he's a 12.72 ERA. A 12.72 ERA. Pitching against the best lineup in baseball. Go ahead. Have fun with that. He's got 214 whip. He's averaging damn near 2.5 base runners an inning. What? And look, the Reds numbers don't wow me against left. The Cincinnati numbers against lefties don't wow me either, but Schuster sucks. So I'm not going to try to sell you on Schuster's going to deal. I'm sure the Reds are going to score some runs, but the Braves might score 20. Atlanta, Twins, moneyline parlay. Go ahead, everyone. Keep betting the Reds. I was on the Reds train, by the way. I was betting the Reds when they started winning. When the comments were saying, why does this dude keep betting the Reds? That's when I was betting the Reds. It's over. Party's over. Braves smack them around today.
No, that's how you know you weren't ever really invited because the party's not over. We just literally had one last night.
The party. I started the party. I was betting the Reds when all the comments were like, why is he betting the Reds? I started the party, and now I have left the party because the party is...
Well, it's a hell of a party to leave. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's a hell of a party to leave. Yeah, I'm not going to sit up here and try to make some grand statement that Graham Ashcraft's going to pitch the game of his life for this reason, and he's got matchups and blah, 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 blah. It's the Reds. It's the effing Reds. What are we doing here? I'm going to keep betting them until they freaking lose. It's really that simple. If you want a little bit safer bet, Cincinnati team total, I guess, over 5.5. If you just want to feel like they're going to continue to score runs like they have been, it really sucks that we're not going to get Jake the Goat Fraley today because it's a lefty. He cannot hit lefties to save his life, unfortunately.
Because he's a scrub.
Well, he's a scrub that just continues to make us money. So, like I said, guys, it's Reds first 5 full game. It's not even a question for me. I will continue to bet it until they lose.
Well, the poll disagrees with you. 58% of
shocker.
58% of our viewers are enlightened souls that have decided that this Reds party is over.
Nothing was better was when the Braves scored 5-0 and my DMs started coming in. And so I responded to every, I think I counted 14 of them. I responded, the Wi-Fi went out in Alaska. Did we have an ending score of the Reds game? And nobody responded. I don't understand. I'm still waiting.
Now, the group chat was pretty funny about that, too.
Yeah, that was fun.
All right. I would have been pissed if I bet the Braves yesterday. I was off it, so I wasn't the target of any of it. Brewers at Cleveland. I don't think Toast is going to back steady Freddie here, but the line movement indicates that the Brewers are the play. No way, though. I'm on Cleveland again. I think the odds makers are way off on this one with this line movement, unless there's an injury or something that I haven't seen. But last I checked, Tanner Bybee was still pitching against Freddie Peralta. I'm not going to let last night's game, and that hurt because I put 1.25 units on Cleveland money line last night. I personally bet it heavy as shit, so I lost a lot of money in the Guardians last night. But I'm not going to let that one game take me off what I think is an easy read here. Cleveland at home and Cleveland against Milwaukee. That should be a series win, and I still think they win the series. They've won 5 straight series at home, the Guardians. Tanner Bybee, great looking splits at home. I have them right here. A 5.33 ERA on the road drops to a 5.68 ERA on the road drops to a 2.57. A 5.33 FIP on the road drops to a 2.70. This kid has really pitched well at home to start his career. They love this kid in Cleveland. I saw him. I listened to a Cleveland Guardians podcast, just popped up on my thing last week, and these guys love Tanner Bybee. They're trying to build a statue to this guy already. That's why he's pitched well so well at home. The fans love him. Also, the Cleveland bats at home. Certainly, Cleveland as a whole offensively has cooled a bit. Now, against righties, they're still 11th in WRC+, 11th in OPS in the last 14 days. So they're still hitting righties. Maybe not as hot as they were a couple weeks ago, but look at their last 30 days at home. Like I said, they've won 5 home series in a row. In the last 30 days, their home numbers, 5th in WRC+, 8th in OPS. The Brewers suck, man. And yeah, it doesn't look like Milwaukee's turning things around a little bit. Yeah, but Tanner Bybee at home, Cleveland bats at home, Cleveland's bullpen well rested. Gotta go Guardians.
Yeah, I'm just not there. I'm on Milwaukee. I'll take the plus money. I'll fade the world. Freddie Peralta, I think this is all about him. Bybee's good. There's no question about that. It's just the question for me is what Freddie Peralta we're going to get. And for me, 2 of his last 3 starts, he's had 9 strikeouts. If Freddie Peralta is getting swing and miss, Freddie Peralta can be a very good pitcher in this league. I like Cleveland against lefties just a little bit more right now. Can't argue about the Bybee thing. He's been really good. But again, I think that Milwaukee might be able to go on a little bit of a run themselves, possibly. I understand that they've been bad lately, but they've been picking it up lately over the past week. Only 2 losses in their last 7 games. I think they're 5-2 their last 7. So for me, yeah, it's one of those things. They have all their bullpen arms too. So does Cleveland. But for me, with the world betting Cleveland, it was pretty an easy look for me to take the Brewers at plus money.
Yeah, I mean, I hate how public Cleveland is. In case you can't see this, everyone's on the Guardians here. 76% of this is as of 9 a.m. 76% of the tickets, 94% of the handle. So everyone's betting Cleveland, and the line moves the wrong way. So I completely get how you can get to Milwaukee. I personally think Cleveland's just a much better team, so I'm going super square on this one.
And the only other thing is that I do think this is probably a closer game. I understand the total at 9 doesn't really indicate that, but one thing that stuck out to me huge is that Milwaukee in one-run games 11-4, Cleveland 15 and 17 in one-run games. So Milwaukee has no problem playing in a close game where Cleveland kind of like usually chokes more than not. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, so I just ran a little poll here. I started it late, so we didn't get everyone's vote in, but it was, why isn't it popping up? Whatever, it's not popping up, but it was about 58% of the people on Cleveland, only about 22% on Milwaukee, and the rest are passing. So comments agree with me, but like we knew that. Everyone's betting Cleveland here. Pittsburgh at Miami. I guess Marlins are pass. This is one of those pitching matchups where it kind of like gets you a little frustrated with the new rules. Like all these pitchers are getting hurt. How many pitchers today? How many pitchers that are starting today in Major League Baseball that weren't in a rotation to start the season? There's a lot. And this is this game, good example of that. Also, Houston Dodgers. Now, a lot of it's because of injuries. Also, there's always turnover, but I'm going to say Marlins are pass. I don't trust the Pirates to win 2 in a row. They shouldn't even have won last night. So, yeah, maybe Marlins money line in some kind of parlay.
Yeah, I don't have a play on the game. Arise 2+ hits at plus money, whatever it is, it would be my play. Really, I think Brian Hoeing's practically really good, and he's actually pitched pretty well this year. I think he got roughed up his first start against the Dodgers, I think. But then after that, he's been really damn solid. But again, there's no value in here for me with these numbers at -155 and whatever. And there's no way in hell I would bet the Pirates to win 2 games in a row. So, but again, I'm not trying to lay that juice with Miami either. It's just an easy pass for me.
Yeah, let's move on. Screw this game. Royals at Rays. This one sucks too. I mean, there's no pie charts in the bottom left because this line just opened. This line took forever to open. Obviously, it's Jordan Lyles Day. I'm not betting the Rays, but I'm not really condoning betting. I'm not betting the Royals, I should say. I'm not really condoning betting the Rays. So I'll say Rays or pass. Again, if you want to put down a stupid, poorly valued parlay, maybe throw the Rays money line in it. No, I don't even want to talk about this game.
Yeah, I see Rays team total over 5.5 at plus money. Like that's the only way I would play it. No reason to lay a big price in -1.5. I think if they kill them and beat them by -1.5, I don't think it's going to be like a 3-0 game. So that would be my play, but I'm personally not going to bet that game.
All right, cool. Yeah, let's get past the bullshit. Twins at Tigers. Here's a game I like. I'm placing a nice juicy parlay on it. First, because I keep forgetting, let's run the poll. Twins money line. You know what I'm going to do? Twins money line, Tigers money line. Twins -1.5, Tigers +1.5. How about that? Because that way, whenever there's a heavy favorite, the poll's going to get skewed whenever there's a heavy favorite. I put mine on the screen before. I'm betting a parlay. Probably not the smartest, but it's Atlanta money line, Minnesota money line, and it's at +184. That's what I'm doing. And look, +184. Obviously, a ton of risk involved. Also, these 2-team favorite parlays, we made some money on them last year. We have not been profitable with them this year. A good example of that was last night. I had Marlins and Rays in one of these at +104. I thought that was a layup. And what do you know? AJ Puck blows the save. Really frustrating to watch that happen. The Pirates, who don't score any runs, scored 3 runs in the 9th inning to win. Unreal. But anyway, in this one, Pablo Lopez on the road has been pretty dominant all year. 2.72 ERA, a whip at 1 even, 3.44 expected FIP. Teams are having tough time hitting off Pablo Lopez in their own home stadium. Props to the Tigers. The bats have woken up lately. 6th in WRC plus, 8th in WOBA, 5th in isolated power. But the Twins bats have actually low-key been hotter in the last 14 days. 3rd in isolated power, 5th in WRC plus, 6th in WOBA. So Twins bats have actually been hotter than the Tigers when you look at their numbers against righties. Yesterday they pitched against left. We're hitting against Joey Wentz, so we were looking at their numbers against lefties. It's night and day different. And then Reese Olson pitching for the Tigers. The wheels have completely fallen off for this kid. He started off the season with 2 starts, 2.70 ERA. He was looking great, 2.07 FIP. But his last 2 starts, it's up to an 8.68 ERA, 6.27 FIP. So, like I said, wheels have fallen off for Reese Olson. If Twins look like the offense is starting to come to life, so I'll take this parlay at plus 184.
I'm on Twins minus 1.5 at plus 105, plus 100, whatever it is around there now that you can get it on. And you can parlay them with with Toronto. It's plus 120. The Dodgers are plus 148, just to give you guys a couple options or whatever. But for me, I really liked this spot for Detroit last night. It didn't work out. They definitely had their chances. But after seeing that, it's definitely a fade thing for me. Just a pure part of it's a pure fade of Detroit for one. Sauce alluded to the Minnesota bats are starting to come to life as well. And then Pablo Lopez hasn't really been really good at home, but when he's been on the road, his last 2 starts on the road against actually really good teams. His last start against Tampa Bay, 7 innings, 5 hits, only 1 run, which was on the road. And then against the Angels, 6 innings, 5 hits, only 2 runs. The Dodgers got him for 5 runs, but I think this is like a Pablo Lopez masterclass incoming right here after 4 of his last 5 starts haven't been good, really. The 1 start that was good was on the road. So I think pretty sure Twins have all their bullpen arms too. I didn't double check that, but I'm almost positive they do. So I'm all over the Twins here today.
I love how someone says Toast literally bets against the public. All Toast bets off betting against the public every time. Like, dude, you just took the Twins. That is the public side. Like, people will just shout out anything. All right. Poll. Twins money line got the highest votes. Then Twins minus 1.5. Then Tigers money line. Then Tigers plus 1.5. So community is heavy on the Twins there.
Damn. That bullpen doesn't look as good as I thought it did. I don't really
Detroit definitely has the bullpen advantage. Recently, at least.
Well, Duran's worked 2 of the last 3 nights. I don't think he's available. Stewart's worked 2 of the last 3 nights. Griffin Jack's worked 2 of the last 3 nights. Giovanni Moran's worked 2 of the last 3 nights. Yeah.
Dodgers minus 1.5 at plus 110. Bobby Miller Day. He had one bad start. It was against the Giants, and they loaded the lineup with left-handed bats against them. Now he's pitching against the Astros, a lineup that usually starts 8 righties in it at home. This is a dream spot for Bobby Miller. Have you seen this kid's numbers against right-handed bats? It's insane. Where are they at here? All right, so against righties, he's got a 184 WOBA, an 0.70 WHIP, and a 213 FIP. This kid has dominated right-handed bats, and like I said, the Astros normally start 8. I'm sure they'll try to throw an extra lefty or 2 in the lineup just to have a chance. But I think Bobby Miller absolutely deals, coming off his first bad start of his career. I don't really know a lot about Blanco on the other side. Through his 3 starts, doesn't look great as far as numbers, but Toast could probably tell us a bit more about him. But he's got a 692 FIP, which is clearly terrible. Dodgers at home with this. I think the Astros might score less than 3 runs tonight. So maybe Houston team total under 2 if you don't want to lay the 1.5. Damn it, I forgot the poll. I'll put the poll up now while Toast is talking.
Feel the exact same way. Dodgers minus 1.5 for me as well. Last night really hurt with Rojas getting thrown out at home. And then Kyle Tucker hitting that home run. Dodgers still ended up winning. But yeah, this is just a bet on Bobby Miller for me. I've bet him literally every single start he's made, and I'm going to continue to do that. If he gets throttled here today, then I'll take a step back. But I actually really like that. And then just really quick, I can't really add much more than that. It's Bobby Miller day for me, like Sauce said. My parlays, I would do Twins first 5 money line and Dodgers first 5 money line together. I think that gives you a little bit better. That way you don't have to worry about the Minnesota bullpen. But yeah, that's all that.
All right. The poll was only up there quick, but it did get 60 votes. And Dodgers money line by far. Wow, a lot of people like the Dodgers money line. 60% of the votes on the Dodgers money line. Let's move on to the next one. Washington at San Diego, and I'll put the poll up, but I'm just gonna put Nats Padres because I would imagine after what everyone's gonna be betting San Diego here. I don't know this pitcher, so it's a pass for me. Waldron. But
knuckleballer.
Is he really?
Yeah.
They still.
Yeah.
I thought that those didn't exist anymore. I thought they died with R.A. Dickey.
He's bringing it back.
So are you on the Padres?
No, it's not at that number. I think all the value is on Washington at that number, but I couldn't get there. Dead honestly, like I don't even understand this number because of Josiah Gray on the other side. Like I understand that Washington's been bad and the Padres have been pretty damn good, but 240. Yeah, it's down a lot. It's down to like 180.
Still,
yeah. I would say Nats or pass here. I'm definitely not betting them, but I couldn't bet Washington at that price. Washington first 5 money line at plus 136 or whatever it is now would be my lean if I had to make one. But that Waldron guy, he's a knuckleballer. I don't know how it's going to play. Like Saw said, we don't see that very often anymore. So he could go out there and dominate for 4 or 5 innings and will make Washington look silly, or it might not be moving and it could be batting practice for Washington. Right. So I truly don't know. I can't really give you an educated statement.
Yeah, I should have put a pass option in this poll because I feel like a lot of people might have just clicked Padres because they're actually passing and I didn't give them an option. So let's move on to the last game. Angels at Rockies, and I am going to take the almighty over at Coors Field, which, by the way, is 17-18 on the season. So the over at Coors has been about 500. So it hasn't been hitting as much as you think, but that's because the number's always crazy high. Everywhere you look, so I always talk about the 4 sections of handicapping a baseball game: starting pitcher versus bats, starting pitcher versus bats, bullpen versus bats, bullpen versus bats. All 4 points towards an over here. Griffin Canning's actually looked decent in his last 6 starts, but the Rockies' numbers at home against righties are actually good in the last 30 days. They're 10th in WRC+. This lineup isn't that dangerous against righties, but at home at Coors Field, they're actually pretty good. The last 6 righties to visit Coors Field, 7.71 ERA and a 2.06 WHIP. And those guys, amongst those 6 righty starters, Alex Cobb, Logan Webb, Yu Darvish, Justin Verlander. So good righties are going into Coors and getting hit up right now. And this is Griffin Canning. Even during his hot streak, like I said, he's been pretty good for 6 starts, but even during the streak, he's still allowing a 1.8 home runs per 9. And that's when he's on. And Prop Beaver wanted me to include that he has a super low 8.6 soft contact rate. Basically, the way this guy pitches just isn't conducive for Coors Field, and I think the Rockies score runs on him. And then on the other side, Chase Anderson, good Lord, has negative regression hit this guy in the face. After starting off the season so well, through 6 starts, he had a 1.69 ERA. He was great, but his FIP was high, and we kept saying, like, there's regression coming for this guy, and it came hard. In his last 3 starts, a 9.24 ERA, 3.6 home runs per 9, a 3.6 home runs per 9. Pitching in Coors Field against the Angels team that's just crushes righties. On the road against righties, they're first in every single category in the last 30 days. He should get rocked too. And on the fact that both of these bullpens are bottom 5 or 6 in almost every single category in the last 2 weeks. Gotta go over here.
Yeah, Angels broke my heart last night. Yeah, this is a hard one for me. I'd lead Angels -1.5, but I truly haven't bet this game yet. I don't hate the over, but after what the Angels did to me last night, I still need a few more hours to fully take that in. Walk off, well, not a walk off, 8th inning grand slam to kill it. Yeah, I don't really have anything I love there, but yeah, I'm sorry. I don't really have much for you.
Yeah, I just ran the poll. Give it another couple seconds, but no one's taking the Rockies. It's either Angels or pass, it looks like. How can I see all the polls? I think you just scroll up in the chat. I don't know. The polls are new. That's a new part of the show. I just started doing that. So I really don't know. And that's the last one. So it's community parlay time. Community, I think was it only the Braves that ruined it last night? I'm not even sure. I know the Braves were the first leg, so when I saw they were like, that's the one I was watching, and if they ended up winning, I would have went back and looked how the rest of them did. All right, community parlay. So, Toast, can you open up a sports book? All right.
Yes, sir.
So let's get it started with. I'm not going to include that early game in any of these. So first,
Seattle, Baltimore.
Yeah, so let's skip that game.
Toronto.
We'll go Diamondbacks money line. Mets money line. Blue Jays money line. And Red Sox.
Mariners.
We'll go Red Sox money line in there. I mean, because the first three are pretty public, so I think one of those is going to win.
I do see you guys asking for hit parlays and stuff like that. 7 a.m. in Alaska when we start this show, so I still need a couple hours. I need to see lineups and stuff like that too, but I will post them on my Twitter account. I promise.
Yeah, he'll post them later. This is early. Usually I have my ticket posted on the website by now too. It probably won't be up for another couple hours because I'm not betting the first game, and then the rest of them don't start till 4. So. Looks like D-backs money line is going to take the first leg.
Okay.
I'll give it another 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Arizona money line. D-backs money line. Next, we'll go with
Red Sox, White Sox, Marlins, Guardians.
Let's put those got a lot of votes. The Mets money line got a lot. Blue Jays money line got a lot. So let's give them another chance to get on there in case people really want them. We'll go Guardians money line, Marlins money line. There you go. Second leg. Can't believe I have to go to this wedding. I keep forgetting that, like, who knows who's watching this. I'd like to think it's just like my private betting community, but like, who knows? My family members might be in here.
It'd be really fun if they've messaged you at the wedding, though.
Yeah, if they're gonna be like, oh, so thanks for showing up, asshole. You just publicly.
It'd be funny if somebody had like your skills, so they could like, if there was like a screen at the wedding, be like, yeah, let's see what Kyle wanted to do, and they like could clip your show and be like, oh,
this wedding sucks.
As
I don't
like
want
a
to be
funny
here.
joke. Yeah,
I'd rather be home in my living room watching baseball.
Some people, I've learned really quickly though that some people like how you and I communicate, kind of like taking jabs at each other. Like I had a couple people like DM me last night, like, you and Sauce, is that like straight? I'm like, yeah, that's just how we talk to each other.
Yeah, no, we just talk shit. 5, 4, 3, 2. They're tied. I don't want to end it if they're tied. Mets or Marlins, get your votes in. We need to break this tie. I'm ending it now. I think Marlins might have just got it. Marlins wins. Marlins money line second leg.
Okay.
Next poll. let's go with let's keep moving down to the later games. Rays money line for a heavy favorite if someone wants that. Twins money line, Dodgers money line, Padres money line. A bunch of favorites in there that people usually like.
I still can't believe Ellie De La Cruz hit for the cycle last night. It's crazy. Oh.
Yeah, did you see that one guy tweeted that out? I don't know who he is. Some betting Twitter guy, so I'm sure he's a scumbag.
Oh yeah, that he.
No, I'm kidding. I don't know if he's a scumbag.
Cycle.
Yeah. I was making a joke that most people that are like Twitter gamblers are scumbags. I don't know who did that. He's probably a cool guy. I don't know. Making a joke in case that guy's watching, right? Like I have the worst luck ever.
I mean, we essentially call everybody a scumbag. So if you get offended by that at this point, I really, you shouldn't be on the channel.
All right. This one, Rays got it. Rays money line, easy.
That's at 318.
Yeah, we need another like. We need
just put it out there. That's all.
So let's go with so Mets was close. Mets and Marlins were close. Let's go Mets back in there. Twins were close. Dodgers were close. They got second place once. And then let's put the Red Sox back in there. They got some votes too. Here we go. Last leg coming. Dodgers out to an early lead. I'm surprised. I thought there was going to be more votes in on the Mets. But the Mets are in third place. It goes Dodgers, then Twins. Give it another few seconds. But Dodgers are running away with this. We might have to declare Dodgers the winner. Let's give it another 5 seconds. But yeah, Dodgers got it.
I keep on getting DMs. Here, I'll read you guys off. Sauce, just ignore me for a second. But I'm going to read you guys off some names of guys that are on my list to look at as far as who has very good matchups against their opposing pitcher. Ian Happ, Bryce Harper, Francisco Mejia, he plays for the Rays, Schwarber, Bryson Stott, Giancarlo Stanton, Randy Arozarena, Goldschmidt, Justin Turner, Taylor Walls, another Ray. Sorry, go ahead.
All right. Dodgers win. Throw the Dodgers on.
Dodgers are boom. I want to action. Let me make it. I don't know. I'm pushing it and it won't go.
Let's see if I can do it. I have FanDuel open. I can try to do it real quick.
Yeah, fucking action sucks.
All right, so D-backs, Marlins, Rays. Where the fuck is the Rays, man?
I got it.
There it
552.
552. All right. D-backs money line. Marlins.
579 on DK.
You know what? Let's take the extra 27 cents.
Looks better.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Community parlay. D-backs money line, Marlins money line, Rays money line, Dodgers money line at plus 579. Hope it hits. Like I said, I got to go get a shape up and then go to this wedding. I might go live tomorrow morning at 11 a.m., but I'm going to be drinking at the wedding, and I don't know. I don't know how late I'm going to be back, and I haven't seen the girl I'm going with. I haven't seen her in like 3 weeks, so I probably have to at least watch a movie with her after. I can't.
Nice to her.
Yeah, right. Like, I'm the worst texter in the world, so like, I'll be like, oh, I haven't seen Christy in a while, and I'll open up the text and be like, an unanswered text from 13 days ago. Like, fuck. I did it again. All right, so everyone enjoy your weekend. Maybe see you tomorrow morning. If not, I'll talk to you in the group chat. Oh, the group chat, the instructions are on KyleKirms.com if you want to join our little private betting group chat. I'll be active in that. So everyone have a good weekend.
Later, guys.